People of God, we are standing at a threshold, a moment in time that has been appointed not by man, not by circumstance, but by the voice of the Almighty. A divine utterance has gone forth. And what was that word? Keep this ready by Sunday, July 7, 25. This is not a suggestion. This is not a whisper. This is not a feeling. This is a decree, a word spoken from eternity into time. A word from the throne of heaven echoing into the earth. A word for this generation, for this hour for you. The question is not, what will happen on that day? The question is, are you ready? Because the call was not to watch the date, but to prepare before it. God said, keep this ready.
Keep what ready? Your household, your hands, your calling, your altar.
He's calling his people to consecrate, to awaken, to strip away every idol, every distraction, every compromise. This is not about a calendar date. This is about a spiritual state. The voice of the Lord is summoning his remnant. He is saying, you will not be able to run to safety when the shaking comes if you are not already in me. He is saying, you will not be able to light your lamp when the bridegroom arrives if you are not already filled with oil. By July 27, 2025, be ready. Not on the day, before the day. God always warns before he acts. He warned Noah to build the ark before the flood. He warned Lot to flee before the fire. He warned Egypt with signs before the judgment. This is a pattern. And now, that same voice that called to the prophets of old is calling to us. The trumpet is sounding again, but not from a mountain in Sinai. This time from the spirit realm into the ears of those who will hear, those who are not asleep, those who have not bowed their knees to Baal, those who have not forgotten their first love. God is saying, keep this ready. Keep your faith alive. Keep your garments clean. Keep your heart undivided. Keep your testimony pure. Keep your house in order, because there's a window closing. And beyond that day, July 27th, things may shift. A door may open, or a door may close. But you must be ready either way. You don't need to know the why. You don't need to understand the full picture. You only need to obey. The children of Israel didn't understand why they had to paint blood on their doorposts. They just obeyed, and they were saved. Noah didn't know how a flood would come. He'd never seen rain. But he obeyed, and the ark stood. And now God is giving you a date, not to create fear, but to ignite urgency. Not to push panic, but to birth preparation, because something is coming. Something is shifting. Heaven is stirring. The shaking is not finished. And those who are not anchored will fall. But those who are hidden in the will of God, they will stand. He's saying, don't be like the 5 foolish virgins. They waited until the last moment. They assumed they had time, and they missed the hour. You, child of God, have been warned ahead of time. You have heard the word. Now act on it. Get your house in order. Clean your spiritual closet. Restore what is broken. Let go of secret sins. Cancel the compromise. Get the oil. Light the fire. Build the altar. This is a divine countdown, not to destruction, but to destiny. But only for those who are ready. He said, keep this ready. That means he is coming to inspect. He is coming to visit. He is coming to weigh. And those who are found faithful will walk in the next level of glory. Well, those who are ready will step into a new realm of authority. But those who ignore this word will find themselves outside the covering. The mercy of God is this: he speaks before he acts. And he has spoken. Now the question is not whether God will move. The question is, will you be ready when he does? So mark the date, but don't wait for the date. Prepare now. Repent now. Return now. Consecrate now. Because when the moment comes, it will be too late to prepare. You'll either be found ready or found wanting. The time is now. The call is clear, and the voice of the Lord still speaks. Keep this ready by Sunday, July 27, 25. Let those who have ears to hear. God has spoken, and when he speaks, his word is not casual, not vague, not accidental. He speaks with purpose, with timing, with fire. The declaration is not a suggestion, it's a directive. Keep this ready by Sunday, July 27, 2025. It comes with urgency, it comes with precision, and it comes with divine weight. This is a word that does not originate from man, nor from emotion, but from the throne of heaven itself. It is a prophetic appointment, an announcement in advance of a moment that will arrive whether we are ready or not. This is not merely about a future date on a calendar. It is a warning from beyond time, dropped into time. And God has set a moment, and he is calling his people to meet him there. It is not the day that demands our attention. It is the e-command that precedes it. The instruction is to prepare. Now, the date is not the beginning of the journey, but the destination of a process that must start immediately. The preparation cannot wait. The command is cleared. Keep this ready. It does not say begin to prepare on that day. It does not say scramble at the last minute. It says to you keep it ready, meaning that when the clock strikes that moment, the condition of your heart, your walk, your life must already be aligned. God does not give such directives without purpose. In the days of Noah, he gave instructions far ahead of the flood. He told Noah to build an ark, not when the rains came, but when the skies were still clear. The people laughed, they mocked, they ignored. But when the appointed day arrived, only those who had listened were saved. When God prepared to strike Egypt with judgment, he gave his people a night of covering, but they had to prepare the lamb, apply the blood, and eat with urgency. before the angel of death moved through the land. Again and again, the pattern is revealed. God warns before he acts. The voice of God now echoes again, just into a single nation or group, but across the spirit of the remnant. He is giving time a divine countdown, not because he desires to frighten, but because he desires none to fall behind. He is full of mercy, and mercy always comes before judgment. But that mercy is being expressed through this word prepare. Keep it ready. Do not wait. July 27 is not the day to begin. It is the day to be found ready. The weight of this statement should not be underestimated. When God gives a date, he is revealing that a line will be drawn. It may be a day of shaking. It may be a day of unveiling. It may be a day of launching for some and shutting for others. Heaven knows what will come on that day. But the church must not be caught off guard. To be caught unprepared is not an accident. It is disobedience. The wise hear the word and act. The foolish ignore the warning and delay. There is no room now for spiritual laziness. There is no time for compromise. The things that distract, the things that pollute, the things that dull our discernment must be cast aside. There is a divine urgency flowing in the atmosphere. Those who have ears to hear will recognize it. Those who are tuned to the frequency of heaven know that this is not ordinary. This is a season unlike others. We are not being asked to prepare indefinitely. We are being given a clear marker. The divine voice has drawn a boundary in time and said, keep this ready by then. It is a test of obedience. It is a test of faith. It is a test of trust. Will we obey when we do not fully understand? Will we prepare even when the full purpose of the preparation has not been disclosed? That is the test of the remnant. Noah did not need to see rain to obey. Abraham did not need to understand every detail to move. Moses did not need the full picture to stretch his staff. And we do not need to know what will happen on that Sunday. We only need to know who said it. And because it was God who said it, that is enough. This is the moment to act. The call has gone out. The alarm has sounded. We are not specters. We are participants in what heaven is preparing to release. But only the ready will receive. Only the awake will recognize. Only the obedient will walk through what comes next. The directive stands. The voice is still echoing, keep this ready by Sunday, July 7, 2025. Let the faithful respond. Let the remnant arise. Let those who are called to prepare waste no more time. The call that has gone forth is not one of curious or casual attention. It is a call to spiritual readiness. When God says, keep this ready, he is not pointing to the surface of life, but to the very core, the condition of your soul. This is not about outward arrangements or religious routine. This is a word that penetrates to the inner life. It is about your heart, your spirit, your alignment with heaven. The urgency is not about a date to watch, but a state to live in. A state of preparedness. A state of purity. God, a state of consecration. God is not interested in a people who play religion. He is not speaking to those who are satisfied with a name but of no fire. This word is for those who will take the posture of the watchman, who will see the storm before it strikes, who will sense the shifting in the unseen realm, and know that time is not what it seems. The readiness God calls for is not passive, it is active. It is the readiness of those who trim their lamps and fill them with oil. It is the readiness of those who build the altar of worship in the quiet before the wind rises. To be ready is to be in right standing before God. It is to have your garments clean. It is to have nothing between you and the presence of the Holy One. It is to be like the priest in the temple, anointed, alert, and available. The command be ready is a call to break with all compromise. Anything that has crept into your life that dims your passion, dulls your discernment, or chains your destiny must be removed. You cannot carry bitterness into this season. You cannot carry addiction. You cannot carry idols. The preparation required is deep. It will cost you comfort, but it will protect your calling. God is awakening his people, and only the awakened will respond. Sleep is a danger now. Spiritual slumber is not a weakness, it is a threat. For when the hour comes, and the shout goes forth, and the bridegroom appears, there will not be time to run and get oil. The preparation must happen now before the moment arrives. The word says, watch and pray, and that is the posture of the ready heart. Watching because you discern the hour. Praying because you cannot stay ready in your own strength. The distractions are many. The enemy's strategy is not only destruction, it is dilution. If he can divide your focus, he can derail your purpose. That's why the Lord is calling for clarity, a single focus, a pure devotion. The ready soul is not scattered by the noise. The ready soul is rooted. It knows the voice of the shepherd and follows no other. God is not calling for religious effort. He is calling for spiritual surrender. The ones who are ready are not those who perform the best, but those who are yielded the most. Readiness means your hands are clean. Your words are seasoned with grace. Your thoughts are in obedience to Christ. Your habits are holy. Your relationships are righteous. Your life is not your own. God is not looking for perfection. He is looking for preparation, a willing heart, a surrendered spirit, a people who will say, Lord, here I am. Search me, purify me, send me. The heart that is ready is the heart that is available. The heart that is ready is the heart that says yes, even before it knows the full plan. The Lord is preparing vessels. He is preparing warriors. He is preparing intercessor, and he is preparing worshipers, but he is only filling what is empty and available. If your life is full of the world, you cannot be filled with his Spirit. If your schedule is packed with everything but him, you will miss the timing of heaven. Readiness is not just spiritual. It is practical. It means making space. It means eliminating what does not belong. It means choosing time with him over time with noise. God is not just calling individuals. He is calling households. Families must be ready. Parents must anoint their homes with prayer. Spouses must stand in unity. Children must be brought into covering. This is not just personal. It is generational. The enemy is after the next generation, and the call to be ready is a call to guard the gates, to stand watch over what God has entrusted to you. This word is not for the passive. It is for the pressing. It is for the ones who will seek, who will knock, who will not stop until they hear from God, until they are aligned with heaven, until they know without doubt that they are ready. The word is clear. The time is now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not July 27th. Now, God has spoken. Prepare your soul, ready your house, fill your lamp, be found faithful when the hour comes. There is a day coming, a moment in time, that will not be like the others. It has been marked by heaven. It has been set in motion by the voice of God. And when God sets a moment, he also sends a warning. July 27, 2025 is not about the calendar. It's about divine visitation. It is about inspection. It is about the Lord coming to weigh what has been built, to search what has been hidden, to expose what is false, and to affirm what is true. Keep this ready, he said, because Abba, he is coming to look upon it. Up you, he is coming to examine what we've the time, the calling, the word, the oil, the talents, and the trust he has given us. God always inspects before he elevates. He always weighs before he rewards. And he always warns before he judges. There is a pattern that runs from Genesis to Revelation. When God is about to act, he first sends a word, not to everyone, but to those who will listen. And now that word has come again. This time, it is not about building an ark or preparing for a plague. This time it is outjubu spiritual readiness for a divine encounter. Something is going to be measured. Something is going to be revealed. And that which is found lacking will not stand. This is not the hour to be found idle. It is not to be asleep. It is not the hour to be busy with lesser things. The Lord is coming to his people, and when he comes, he does not look at the outer garments. He looks at the heart. He does not measure the public image. He weighs the private life. The instruction to keep this ready is not about performance. It's about purity. It's not about being impressive. It's about being obedient. When the Lord walks through the garden in the cool of the day, he does not call out to crowds. He calls by name. Adam, where are you? He still asks the same question now. Where are you? What have you done with what I gave you? God is coming to his house first. Judgment begins in the house of God. That means this is not about what's happening in the world. It's happening in the church. It's about the hidden pride, the compromised worship, the half-hearted obedience, the divided loyalties. He is coming to cleanse his house, to purify his bride, to prepare a remnant that will carry his glory. But only what is holy can hold what is holy. Only what is surrendered can carry what is sacred. This visitation will not be visible to everyone, but its effects will be unmistakable. Some will be promoted into new levels of calling, and others will be stripped of mantles they failed to honor. Some will walk through new doors, and others will find doors closing that they assumed would stay open forever. The Lord will reward those who have been faithful in the secret place, and he will lift those who have stewarded their assignment with reverence. But to those who have grown cold, careless, and complacent, this moment will come as a thief in the night. The weight of this cannot be overstated. This is not about fear. It's about awareness. It's about understanding the ways of God. He does not move without reason, and he does not speak without purpose. If he says, keep this ready, then something will happen that requires a ready people. And if we are not ready, we will miss it. Just as Jerusalem missed the hour of its visitation, so can we. And just as the 5 foolish virgins missed the arrival of the bridegroom, so can we. The cry was made at midnight, but they had no oil. They had no preparation. They had no substance. And they were left outside. Now is the time to prepare. Not later, not eventually, but now. The Lord is walking among the lampstands, examining the fire. Is your flame burning, or is it flickering? Is your heart soft, or is it hard? Is your life surrendered, or is it split between two worlds? These are the questions that matter now. Not how loud we shout or how high we jump, but how deep we've surrendered. When God visits, he always brings a shift. For the faithful, it's a shift into glory. For the unfaithful, it's a shaking that leaves nothing standing. The choice is ours. We have been warned in love. The word has come. The day has been marked. The trumpet has sounded. Now it is up to us to respond, to prepare, and to be found ready. Because when the moment comes, it will not wait for our delay. The Lord will move. And only those who have kept it ready will walk in what he brings. God does not require our understanding in order to act. He requires our obedience. That is one of the most critical truths embedded within this divine directive. Keep this ready by Sunday, July 27, 2025. It is not accompanied by a full explanation. There is no blueprint, no breakdown, no timeline of what will unfold. Instead, there is a command, clear, simple, and urgent, and it mirrors how God has moved throughout the ages. He does not always show his people the full picture in advance, but he always gives them enough light to take the next step. What he wants is not our analysis, but our trust, not our reasoning, but our response. Noah was told to build an ark for a flood he had never seen. Rain was a foreign concept, judgment had not yet come, and the skies were still clear, but Noah obeyed. Abraham was told to leave his father's house and go to a land that had not yet been revealed. He did not know where, but he knew who, and that was enough. Moses was told to stretch out his rod over a sea that had no logical path through it. There was no natural solution, no evidence that it would work. But he obeyed, and the waters parted. This is how God operates with those he calls. He does not give all the answers. He gives a word, and in that word is the testing, will you move without full visibility? Will you trust without total explanation? Will you obey before you understand? That is the essence of faith. It is not based on sight. It is not based on human logic. It is based on relationship. If you know the one who speaks, then the content of the command is less important than the certainty of his voice. God does not need to explain himself to his creation. His ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are beyond our thoughts. Yet in his mercy, he gives us warnings. He gives us nudges, signs, and promptings, not because he owes us clarity, but because he desires communion. And now he has spoken again. A date has been marked. A word has gone out, but he has not told us everything that lies ahead. Instead, he has given us the most vital instruction: be ready. That alone should be enough to drive us to our knees, to examine our hearts, and to align ourselves fully with his will. Obedience is not optional in this hour. It is essential. Partial obedience is disobedience. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. And selective obedience, where we follow only what we like or understand, is not obedience at all. True obedience flows from surrender. It says, yes, Lord, before the full assignment is even given. It says, I will go, before the destination is shown. And that is what God is seeking now. Not people who demand a map, but people who say yes to the mission. There's a reason the Lord has not revealed all the details of what July 27th to 25 will hold. If we knew, we might act from fear, or we might grow proud, or we might delay until the last moment. But when the instruction is simply to prepare, our response reveals the posture of our hearts. Are we the kind who need to be convinced, or are we the kind who trust the voice of our shepherd? This is what separates the remnant from the crowd. The remnant doesn't wait for proof. The remnant responds to presence. When they hear God speak, they act, regardless of whether others understand. This is a season that will test the depth of our faith. It will reveal what we really believe. It will expose whether we have built on rock or on sand. Because when the appointed day arrives, there will be no time left to prepare. There will be no room for scrambling, for explaining, for regret. The moment will reveal whether we have obeyed or delayed. And the only safe place will be inside his will. To walk in obedience without understanding is not foolishness. It is maturity. It is the mark of those who have walked with God long enough to know his character. They don't need all the details. They don't need constant confirmation. They simply need to know, he spoke, and because he spoke, they obey. That is what he is looking for now. Not the clever, not the calculating, not the comfortable, but the obedient. The ones who move when heaven speaks, the ones who hear the whisper and respond with surrender, the ones who say yes, even in the dark. The instruction is clear. The timing is specific. The voice is unmistakable. July 27, 2025 will be a line in the sand. Not everyone will cross it well, but those who have chosen to obey, even without knowing every detail, those are the ones who will be ready. And readiness is everything.